What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in to Hunt Ready. Out here getting some blinds put away for the year. These are a couple of Redneck blinds that I've had now going on about, yeah, two hunting seasons I've got out of these blinds. So pretty good review on them, I think. It's not just an open box review. Redneck Blinds, another American company, made in America product. So you know I love supporting that. The two that I have here is the soft-sided 6x6, I think they call it. It's their soft side blind. It's the non-ghillie one. And I just looked online now. They don't make the camo pattern on the cover anymore, so it's either like a burlap or the ghillie blind. When I bought this, like I said, it was or at least 2 years ago. They had this and that ghillie. I went with the camo. Now I think I would probably go with the ghillie blind over the it's like a brown burlap maybe. I guess it depends on where you're putting it. I put this one here is on a hay rack that I just haul around out in the cornfield. So probably the burlap one would be just fine. But I will say, when you stage this out and it's on a timber line, that camo really blends in like really good. Which I didn't want them super easy to see from the road, you know. Being on a hay rack, I was kind of worried about it walking off on me, and it never has. Especially if you're really not looking for it, you wouldn't really see it. The other one that we have here is the Redneck round bale blind. That thing is amazing. The deer don't pay it any attention. Even in some timber. I've never had it like deep in the woods where a round bale wouldn't be. It's usually on a wood line, or I've had it just right in the middle of a cornfield. They just seem to completely ignore it. And it's really a really nice blind. It's dead quiet. Getting in and out of it, opening the windows, there's zero sound. That's a huge benefit on that one. So like I said, I got a couple of seasons of hunting out of these. I'm going to go through kind of what I like and what I don't like about some of them. You know, Redneck blinds are kind of expensive, so these are kind of a little better alternative to spending $5,000 up on a hard-sided blind. But there's some little things you got to deal with on these. So price-wise, I think right now the round bale blind, the one with the like the straw on it, there's a round bale blind that's just got like a burlap cover on it as well. That's $750 right now. It's on sale. I'd say it's worth it for sure. You can build round bale blinds, but you're probably not going to be a whole lot less expensive than that building it. And then this guy here is, like I said, right now they only have that burlap one, and that's like $500. And then I think the ghillie covered one is $700. So whichever route you guys go, I think it's pretty much the same product. However, the burlap round bale blind would probably be a tougher shell than this one. I haven't sat in this when it's like been a downpour, but I don't know exactly how waterproof that is. It seems dry whenever you go in there, but you can see light through there. It's I'll show you guys what's in it for the covering. But I think if a guy wanted to really make sure that was completely waterproof, I'd put a tarp over the top of it. So we'll jump into the blinds here. I'll show you guys an inside look at them. All right, guys, so here's the soft-sided Redneck blind. Here's the biggest issue with this blind right here, is the zippers. So to get in and out of it, you gotta unzip it. Now you can go really slow, and it might not be as quiet, but that's the biggest complaint for me is the zippers. If they could have done something else for these blinds than put zippers on them, that would have been great. So I'll let you guys see kind of inside here. There's plenty of room in it though. And the windows, to save on making a ton of noise, I would leave the windows open, just like you can see it in here. I'll pop you off of the tripod here and we'll do a look inside, but the zippers on this blind are like stupid loud. So that's the biggest and really only complaint I have on this blind is how noisy the zippers are. So if Redneck could come up with a different way of securing everything, that would be awesome. But so just know that the zippers are crazy loud. So we'll jump in here and check out the inside. All right, so here's the inside. So you can see I got a chair here. I got a chair over here. This is my rolling chair. So there's plenty of room for 2 chairs in here. It's hard to kind of show you on this phone, but so the windows, they got windows like this. They got the bow windows with the screen that you can slide up, slide down, and the windows, these zipper windows here are full length, so you can zip them all the way down if you need to for bow hunting, just like so. And plenty of headroom. I can stand easy in here. I forget if it's like a 7-foot roof in here, but the material is like really thick, like a really thick tarp material. So that's really held up great. And I don't leave the covers up all year. I take the covers off. So it's got this heavy duty framework. When you put this all together, and you have to put it all together, comes in a box full of 1 million pieces. Takes a significant amount of time to put it up, but it's not bad at all. But the bracing on this thing is rock solid, and I just got these great big screws. They're like deck screws or something, that big with a big fat heads on them, and I screw them down to the cross members of this hay rack. And it's never gone anywhere. But you can see, just like I said, the zippers are really loud. So, like I said, for the windows, I leave the windows open, and I just put the mesh up over in front of them during season, just like that. And I bought the little console cup holder thing that goes on here. I don't have that installed right now. But so that's the inside of the 6x6 or the Softside blind. I think they call it the 360. Plenty of room for 2 adults, no problem. And then yeah, the windows are nice and big. No problems with the windows other than the zippers. So that's a good look at the blind itself. I got the door open, which is why it's kind of blowing in there, but really nice blind. So we'll come over here and take a look at the round bale blind. Like I said, this one is like dead quiet getting in and out of. You can see the door there, and it just blends in so good in fields. It's unreal. If you could stack a couple of real round bales by it, I mean, it's crazy how much that blends in and how the deer just don't even pay any attention to it. So this one, the door here, you can see these little hooks, and then they hook into here. And so you just kind of lift it up and hook it in like that. And that's all there is to that door. And it's only the one side that has the door, and that's really all that it opens. So it's, I think it's about 6 foot inside. And then it's probably only 6 foot tall. I can stand in it, but I'm not super tall. So, and then the windows, they slide on this bungee cords, basically. You can see these bungees, and then the windows just slide down, just like so. That's how the windows go down. And then there's 2 on each side, and then 1 window on the end, like so, and then like a little peek window there if you didn't want that big window open. 2 peep windows. The windows that slide on these bungee tracks find themselves coming down a lot, so I just put a piece of wire here made a hook on the end, and I just hook it when I'm done or not using it, so that don't walk its way down. The windows will come down like that. But you can see, it's probably hard to see, I don't know, maybe you can kind of see in the sun here, you can see, you know, through that material. So I don't know if this is really, really waterproof or more water resistant. So I kind of had a plan this year to put a tarp on the roof here and then put this over the top of it to give yourself a little better water protection. But I've never gotten wet in here. I have not hunted in this in like a downpour, but the ground always seems to be dry inside the blind. I think the framework, especially this roof material, could have been a little better built or a little better designed. It just zip ties to itself all around. This is another one that when you buy it, it'll come in a million pieces. You got to put it all together. They don't do a good job of making assembly easy. It's not hard, but it just takes a while. It's a lot of little pieces so they could get into the boxes. But like I said, that roof is just zip tied, so it's kind of a pain. It's not very, very strong. I had this framework actually blow out in a big storm, and I lost one of my cross members for the roof in here. But all in all, it's a great blind. I love hunting out of this blind. So pretty easy to get in and out of the door here. It just kind of opens, and like I said, the greatest thing about this blind, it's dead quiet getting in and out of it. Probably a lot of guys won't have enough headroom to stand in here, but there's enough room for 2 chairs. Check out these Redneck blinds if you're looking for a better built, you know, than a pop-up. And these are by no means pop-ups. They're not light enough that you're gonna carry them out and throw them up the morning of a hunt. The round bill blind is, I mean, they're light, but they're also heavy enough that they're pretty well built. They're not gonna fall apart on you. The soft-sided blind, that thing is actually pretty heavy. So they don't really compete with like a pop-up blind, but they're going to be a better quality than a pop-up blind. So you know, if you're putting a pop-up blind and leaving it in one place all year, I think one of these is a better option. If you're taking your pop-up and hiking in and setting up a blind for a day or something, this definitely is not an option that you would even consider. But a permanent, relatively cheap blind, you can't beat these two. The material's holding up pretty good on the round bale blind here. I was kind of worried about that. You know, the straw material, it's kind of getting thin in some spots. You know, you could take care of that yourself. This is two winters basically of it sitting out, so it's really going to take a beating, but it's holding up pretty darn good. One thing I did do this year, it's already kind of loose. You can see these, I took baling twine just from old hay bales that I had, and ran it around on each side just to kind of keep this blind material tight, it would kind of blow in the wind a little bit. Didn't make no noise, but you could just kind of see it flapping when you were sitting inside. So I put these on to kind of tighten that up. But really, other than that, this is probably my favorite blind to hunt out of. Actually, easily, that's my favorite blind to hunt out of. The deer just don't even notice it. And I've done 2 different seasons, 2 different things. I've installed these windows backwards so that the black material faced out all the time. So that then, you know, when you were actually hunting it and you had your windows down, it wasn't like all of a sudden, oh, here's 2 black squares. That worked out really good. But then this year I kept the straw material on the outside. I didn't really notice any difference on deer acting weird around it. So keeping this out kind of camouflages it to people that may see it in the field. So I'm probably just going to keep it that way. But awesome blind, great company, and they shipped everything like super quick. I was really surprised how quick everything shipped. It's probably, you could devote 2 or 3 hours probably to assembly on each blind pretty easily, just depending on how hard you wanted to hit it. I just kind of messed around with them for, it's probably a week between the both of them. A little bit here, a little bit there. But everything goes together really good. So, like I said, check them out. Appreciate you guys for watching my channel. And stay tuned for some more gear reviews. I'll see you on the next one.